Hi, it is Wednesday morning, 23th of July, and it is 8 a.m. in New York. This channel is Drips Media, and I will be covering financial news from New York stock exchanges before markets open. The regular trading for the U.S. stock market opens at 9:30 a.m. My name is Daniela Drips. I will be quickly covering yesterday's closing data, main indexes, and the key companies. Please follow us online.
Good morning. This is Drips Media, lid from New York. Drips Media, the revolutionary digital service that transforms the way you stay informed. With Drips Media, you get real-time news delivered in dynamic short video clips, keeping you updated on the latest headlines as they happen. Our cutting-edge technology curates and condenses top stories. Whether you're on the go or just need a quick update, Drips News ensures you're always in the know, effortlessly. Stay connected, stay informed, and experience news like never before with Drips News.
All three major indices reversed course from the previous day's gains and closed lower. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dipped by 40,358.1, marking a 0.1% decrease. The SP 500 followed a similar trajectory, shedding 0.2% to finish at 5,555.7. The NASDAQ, meanwhile, showed some resilience, experiencing a marginal decline of 0.1% to close at 17,997.4. Let's delve deeper into the factors that might be contributing to this market sentiment. Is this a temporary blip, or are we seeing a shift in investor confidence? We'll analyze these trends and more with our panel of experts after the break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. Let's take a closer look at some of the tech giants and how they performed yesterday. Apple saw its stock price close at $225, a 0.5% increase, effectively reversing the previous day's losses. This positive movement could signal renewed investor confidence in the tech giant. Meanwhile, Google continued its upward trajectory for the second consecutive day. The stock closed at $181.80, a slight gain of 0.1%. This sustained growth suggests that investors remain optimistic about Google's future prospects. Microsoft also enjoyed a second consecutive day of gains, with its stock price closing at $444.90, a 0.4% increase. This positive trend indicates continued confidence in Microsoft's strategic direction and market position. These individual stock performances, particularly in the tech sector, present an interesting contrast to the overall downward trend of the major indices. Is this a sign of a potential decoupling between the broader market and the tech industry, or is it simply a temporary divergence? We'll discuss this and more with our expert panel, who will provide their insights on these market movements and what we can expect in the coming days. On the flip side, despite the tech sector showing some strength, Tesla experienced a decline, with its stock price closing at $260, marking a 1.2% decrease. This downturn comes after a period of volatility for the electric vehicle maker, raising questions about whether this signals further turbulence ahead. Amazon also felt some pressure, with its stock price closing at $145.10, a 0.7% drop. This decline, coupled with the dip in the NASDAQ, could suggest some investor hesitancy towards the e-commerce giant. Lastly, Meta Platforms rounded out the day with its stock price closing at $310.60, a marginal decrease of 0.2%. This slight dip comes after a period of steady gains for the social media company, leaving investors to ponder if this is a temporary pause or a sign of a potential reversal. NVIDIA saw its stock price close at $122.60, a 0.8% decrease, effectively reversing the previous day's gains. This negative movement could signal investors are taking profits after the recent surge in NVIDIA's stock price. Shifting gears to other sectors, Amazon saw its stock price close at $186.40, a significant increase of 2.1%. This positive movement allowed Amazon to reverse 4 consecutive days of losses, suggesting that investors might be seeing value in the e-commerce giant once again. Meanwhile, Tesla continued its downward trend for the second consecutive day. The stock closed at $246.40, a 2.0% drop. This sustained decline suggests that investors might be concerned about Tesla's future performance following the recent volatility. These individual stock performances across different sectors highlight the complex and dynamic nature of the current market environment. It remains to be seen whether these trends will continue or if we'll see a shift in investor sentiment in the coming days. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide you with the latest insights and analysis. NVIDIA, a major player in the tech industry, saw its stock price close at $122.60, a 0.8% decrease. This downturn effectively reversed the previous day's gains, suggesting a potential shift in investor sentiment. Over the past 5 days, NVIDIA's stock has experienced a decline of 2.9%, and it's down 0.8% for the month to date. However, it's important to note the bigger picture. NVIDIA's stock has surged by an impressive 148% since the beginning of the year. Despite the recent dip, NVIDIA has seen gains in 3 of the last 10 trading days. This recent decline marks the end of a one-day winning streak for the company. Let's shift our attention to the financial sector, where we saw a mixed bag of results yesterday. American Express closed at $246.90, a 0.9% increase, marking 2 consecutive days of gains. This positive trend could indicate renewed investor confidence in the financial services giant. Bank of America also saw its stock price rise, closing at $42.40, a 0.3% gain. This positive movement allowed Bank of America to reverse 4 consecutive days of losses, suggesting that investors might be seeing value in the banking giant once again. J.P. Morgan, another major player in the financial industry, closed at $210.30, a marginal increase of 0.02%. This marks 2 consecutive days of gains for J.P. Morgan, potentially signaling a positive trend for the company. However, not all financial institutions shared the same fate. MasterCard experienced a decline, with its stock price closing at $441.70, a 1.4% decrease. This downturn reversed one day of gains for MasterCard, raising questions about potential headwinds for the payment processing company. Morgan Stanley, on the other hand, showed resilience, closing at $103.50, a 1.0% increase. This positive movement marks 2 consecutive days of gains for Morgan Stanley, suggesting continued confidence in the financial giant. Lastly, Visa rounded out the day with its stock price closing at $264.80, a 1.1% decrease. This decline reversed one day of gains for Visa, potentially indicating some investor hesitancy towards the payment technology company. These mixed performances within the financial sector highlight the uncertainty that continues to permeate the market. Bank of America, despite its recent gains, has experienced a decline of 3.9% over the past 5 days, though it remains up by 6.6% for the month. Year to date, Bank of America has seen a healthy increase of 28%, and over the last 10 trading days, it has recorded gains on 4 occasions. Now, let's turn our attention to the volatile world of cryptocurrencies, where we saw a mixed bag of performance yesterday. Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, closed at $65,878.30, a decrease of 2.5%. This marks 2 consecutive days of losses for Bitcoin, suggesting continued downward pressure on the digital asset. Dogecoin, often seen as a more speculative cryptocurrency, experienced a sharper decline, closing at 10 cents, a 4.8% drop. This also marks 2 consecutive days of losses for Dogecoin, indicating potential investor concern about the meme-inspired coin. Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency, showed some resilience, closing at $3,441.50, a marginal increase of 0.03%. This positive movement allowed Ethereum to reverse 1 day of losses, suggesting that investors might be seeing some value in the platform's underlying technology and its potential for future growth. These mixed performances in the cryptocurrency market highlight the inherent volatility and uncertainty that continue to characterize this emerging asset class. It remains to be seen whether these trends will continue or if we'll see a shift in investor sentiment in the coming days. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide you with the latest insights and analysis. Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, closed at $65,878.30, a decrease of 2.5%. This marks 2 consecutive days of losses for Bitcoin, suggesting continued downward pressure on the digital asset. Over the past 5 days, Bitcoin has seen a modest increase of 3.0%, and it's up 5.1% for the month to date. Since the beginning of the year, Bitcoin has experienced a significant surge, boasting a 56% increase. Despite the recent dip, Bitcoin has seen gains in 5 of the last 10 trading days. This recent decline marks the end of a 2-day losing streak for the cryptocurrency.